Hey everyone, Mango7Roll here. How we doing today? Welcome to another episode of Epic 7, and this is patch notes preview day, and it is a boatload of stuff. It's an absolute monster truck of stuff. I'm super excited. I will try to get through everything today as clear and concise as possible. I'm gonna fail miserably because I'm so excited, and then we'll probably do some more videos in the coming days and go from there. So to start things off with, let's just start taking a look at the slides here. And actually, before we get into the slides, I want to give a big shout out and a big thank you to everybody watching, because I did post the this here recently, which is basically just me posting about BlueStacks 5, how much it's improved everything lately, and just like everything being amazing. And I decided to like see how the community was reacting to it. I have a video in the link description below if you want to check it out. It's been fantastic for Epic 7 lately, and there's install guides and everything. And the community seems to be really liking it, and it's working, which is really exciting as well. 78% of you that have downloaded it so far are having a great time, and that's exciting. And I even posted it to Reddit and didn't get thrown into the gutters, so that's pretty sweet. I'm pretty happy with that. So if you don't have the new BlueStacks 5, get it in the link description below down there. I'll link the video and install guide and everything. It's a world of difference compared to before. So now that that is out of the way, let's talk about what we've got here. So first off, we have seen some of this already. This is the selective summon. Basically, you're giving 30 chances to selective summon at the start of the game, just like we all did. But now the 1st, 10th, 20th, and 30th are all guaranteed to have a 5-star unit. And the most important thing here for new players starting to do this is that you can lock one into place. So for example, your first pull has Araminta. You're not sure if you want to take her. You can lock that one into place, keep pulling until you get some more units, and then if you like something better, lock that one into place instead, and then pick the one you like the most after your 30. So each account is going to definitely go through all 30, and it's definitely a pretty huge boon. I'm pretty happy with this. Great for new players. And the first start of this is going to be all for new players. We have the Moonlight 5-star that you get to choose, coming literally this patch about 16 hours from now. I have a video fully on this. I'm not going to go over it here, but if you're wondering who to take or just want to hear me talk about this and the selector, I'll link that in the description below as well. I can't decide between Dark Corvus and Royal of Light, by the way. Let me know in the comments who you think I should take. Those are my two choices because I have the rest. They've done a lot of ease of like a clarity and an ease of obtaining for specialty changes. Specifically, like Clury is a lot easier now, and it's just more understandable. They're trying to like modernize the UI and everything, which is great because these are all things I've been pushing on them for a while, since their UI has been a definite problem, especially with recent versions of BlueStacks. But now the new BlueStacks menus like butter, sorry, but it came up. Had to say it. And we can see here it's now 20 dispatch missions for Lorena from Connections. So Connections got a buff as well. It used to be, I believe, 100. All great new player stuff. They then show the penguin animations and stuff. So this is basically the new way to farm XP. Instead of carrying fodder, you can now do this. It does cost a lot of gold, which is really stupid. I don't know why they did that, but it does cost gold. That sucks. But penguins are a way now to farm your XP. You won't have to level people up in the in the stages, but I think some people might still do that because it doesn't cost gold to level them up that way. So kind of curious about this. Also to note, if you get like a super success, you will get refunded your penguins, so you never have to worry about overusing them. You'll get whatever is over refunded. You can still sell 3-star penguins for transmit stones. Do not worry about that. We then have the Potion of Ascension. Everybody's going to get one of these through the adventure path. It's going to make a character instantly 6-star from like 3-star to 6-star, 2-star to 6-star if you want, or obviously 5-star to 6-star. It doesn't level them up to max. I believe it keeps them at the same level they were. And this is also going to be in the adventure path, like I said, right next to a 5-star ticket. So we're also going to be getting another 5-star ticket. I imagine this is going to be sold in the shop as well. This is probably going to be like a $39.99 bundle with however many sky stones in one of these. I could be wrong there, but there's no way they add this without monetizing it. We then have the I have something in my throat. Screw off something in my throat. We then have the Covenant bookmarks and Skystones for participating in the event. 7-day check-in for new heirs. 5-star hero summon ticket again on top of the previous one, and a 5-star artifact summon ticket as well, and the lovely new Enmashu. We then have Ilnyav, so let's go watch her video. I've got it ready here. I'm actually kicking butt today. Everything is sorted out. Nope, that's the wrong button. Yeah, there we go. So let's watch this together, and this is amazing. Her VA, let me know if you can figure out who it is beforehand.
If you're going to stand on the same battlefield as me, fight like you're ready to die, or I'll kill you myself.
You know who that is, right? I knew who it was instantly.
For every tear we've shed, you will bleed 100 times over! For the sins of you and your kind, you will suffer!
Awesome. So that is Christina V, or Christina Valenzuela. And by the way, this is actually pretty telling. So this means they've had her voice locked in for a long time now. So previously this year, or last year actually, so a long time ago, Christina Valenzuela, previously known as Christina V, she used a, in quotes, fake last name to be more marketable and stuff like that in the industry. She changed her last name and started representing herself by her actual last name instead, which is Valenzuela. And this has been updated pretty much everywhere except for places that had everything done a long time ago and haven't really talked with her recently. So this means she has been the voice of Ilnyav for quite a long time now, and it's been ready for a long time. So that's kind of interesting to see. Also, if you were interested, this is her IMDb. If you don't know who she is, she's insane. She does all of the things. My favorite performance of her is Darkness from Konosuba. She also voices Jing Xiao and one more person, Bennett, from Genshin Impact. And she does all of the things, like quite literally all of the things. Hawk in Seven Deadly Sins as well. Some stuff in Grand Blue Fantasy. She's not in Madoka, right? I just want to check. Oh, she's Homura from Madoka. Oh my god. So one of the things I have to paste this to somebody really quickly. Sorry. One of the things I've been noticing is a lot of the VAs we have are voicing people in Madoka. So that is kind of nuts that she is Homura, somebody we would definitely get from a Madoka collab. So that's insane. Okay, I'm in shock now. Wow, she totally fits that personality as well. Okay, skills. I'm so excited today. I'm sorry.
전쟁으로 부모를 잃은 고아 소녀였던 일리나브는
And look at her parents.
결국 그녀를 받아들입니다.
She's super cute.
이후 전쟁에서 입은 부상으로
Oh, and her animation for her skill too. Oh my god. Look at her jiggle. Did you see the boobs? They're like boing 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 boing.
오릅니다. 하지만 어느 날 모로는 한 용족의 손에 죽게 되고 그 용족이 계곡으로 도망치자.
Okay, let's go to her abilities. I want to show you her skill too when we get to it. So she is a knight. She's a fire knight. She's got a self-imprint crit, which is super overpowered and pay to win, honestly. Self-imprint crits are bonkers. They're pretty much the best there is outside of speed, which there aren't any. And maybe ER depending, but 17% crit chance is insane. Absolutely insane. The things I can do with my Rylot's gear because he's triple S compared to somebody without triple S crit chance is just bonkers. It's super pay to win style to get super powerful. If you're wondering how a lot of people have way better stats than you, often it's because they have an extra 17% crit for, in quotes, free. Rant there, but it is what it is. And her stats: 950 attack, 6200 health, 109 speed, 630 for defense, and 27 crit. So she's going to have the 44% crit rate just from her base stats and her imprint concentration. Absolutely bonkers. So let's take a look at her skills. First one here is her skill 3. It is Repel, and this is an AoE attack that grants her and everybody else increased critical hit damage to all allies and 2 turns of immunity to the caster, which is pretty nuts. I actually thought it was the whole team, but it's just the caster, it looks like. And of course, damage dealt proportionate to her max health. And you can see here, damage and everything as well as the.
적 전체를 무자비하게 공격하고.
Sorry, I don't even want to talk right now. I just want to watch her skill 2
자신에게
animation.
2턴간 면역을 발생시킵니다. 자신의 최대 생명력에 비례해 피해량이 증가합니다.
It's such a cool animation. It's so cool. So her skill 3 is insane. I love her skill 3.
이 스킬
But her skill 2 is something else. So her skill 2 inflicts injuries. Nobody likes injuries. That's unfortunate. But it does increase the defense of the caster for 2 turns, and damage dealt proportionate to her max health, and severity of injuries proportionate to her max health. Yeah, and skill cooldown decreased by 2 turns, so it's essentially like a 1-turn cooldown. She can spam it, and it is spammable to break somebody with injury, basically, because it's a 3-turn cooldown. You can reduce it by 2 turns. Pretty nuts there, honestly, but I don't know if she'll be effectively used that way. But most importantly, watch this animation.
징벌.
Are you watching?
적을 공격하여 상처를
Stop talking,
발생시킵니다.
Korean person. Show me.
자신에게 2턴간 방어력 증가를 발생시킵니다.
Show me.
자신의 최대 생명력에 비례해 피해량이 증가합니다.
I should have skipped ahead.
상처는 피해량에 비례해 증가하며 스킬 1에다
I don't want to miss it though.
최대 생명력의
It's so good.
20%까지 적용됩니다. 상처는 최대 생명력이
Okay.
누적해서
Okay,
감소하는
Korean guy.
것으로 영웅에게만 적용되며 최대 50%까지 증가됩니다.
That is the
명중
coolest skill 2
및
animation in the
영향을
game,
받지
honestly.
않습니다. 소울 10개 사용 시 해당 스킬 쿨타임이 2턴 감소합니다.
Honestly. And then her rush. So this is her skill 1 here. It is just damage dealt increases from the Molagora here. She's not very Mola intensive in terms of what they do, which is cool. And has a 50% chance to use Punish, which is her skill 2 we just saw, instead of Rush, which is also pretty nuts to be able to use that, because that does give her defense buff as well. So she's gonna pretty much permanently have defense buff up, self-defense buff up for herself, and immunity. Seriously. Come on. And she can proc it on counterattacks as well instead of just dual attacks, right? I don't know why it's not looking at me. There we go. So that is really nuts. She seems like a really good character, maybe not as single target DPS as people wanted, but overall pretty fantastic. So let's go back to the slides here. And we have this here. We already talked about this. Jesus Christ. We have the skills, so we'll just skip through these ones. This is her artifact as well. This is the art, looking great. And then her artifact is Wings of Light and Shadow, and this increases her CR by 15%, and that is static. It's not going to change. And then when a critical hit is made with a single attack, increases the damage dealt by the next one by 20% at max level. So probably like 17% for most people, I would say. And this is pretty cool because just 15% crit is pretty nuts. Like I said, she already has that 44% or so. So she'll have like 59% crit rate just from her artifact. And this, if you decide to use her artifact. I think this would be maybe really good for other people. I don't see it being great for her. She has 2 single attacks, but I don't think she would start in that order. I feel like she'd start skill 3 into skill 2. But that said, if you put her on a counter set, proccing counter will proc this. So you'll proc your counter when somebody like AoEs you. You'll get the 20% damage boost, and then you can skill 3 right off the bat. So that's pretty cool too. Kind of interested to see what she's going to use, but it is an interesting artifact. Next up, we have the drop rate up coming next week. I will be pulling for her for sure. Then we have her side story. Then we have 7-day check-in event. This is 2 sets of gear for new players, I think, not everybody. Yeah, this is for just new players, I think. No, this is for everybody. I think this is for everybody, which would be pretty cool because it's another 5-star ticket. I might be wrong there. Don't get too excited. And then we have a returning heirs. So I imagine this is for only people just returning. So you'll receive the following reward for logging in for more than 2 days consecutively. So you get that. Yeah, so this is just for returning people, not just us, I believe. Then we have the monthly check-in improvements. We're going to be getting 4 extra mola a month. I still think that's nowhere near enough. I am starved and there's like 17 people I want to build, but it is what it is. But this is massive. They're lowering the cost to craft gear 50%. So instead of it costing like 550,000 to craft 10 rings, it will now cost 273,000. Absolutely insane. And this is permanent. This is not an event. This is something that is going to be here forever. And it is bonkers. I have like 100,000 materials. So it's insane. Absolutely insane. They dropped it by 50%. Massive, massive, massive change. Arena improvements here as well. Nothing we haven't really seen before. Basically, there's a hero who's not equipped with any equipment on your team. Notifications, cool. We also have the cost of old arena equipment being lowered, which is great, and you can get conquest points obtainable from Arena League achievements and conquest point gain buffs for new players. I'm too excited. I can't talk straight today. And then we have other improvements, and this is important. You can click receive all, and it actually works now. That's insane. Also, hunts are going down from 22 to 20 stamina, which is not very much, but it does add up. You know, you might get an extra 2 hunts a day or something like that, or 3 hunts a day or something similar. And then we have Khawazu, who is, oh lord, super hot. I mean, good, super good, not hot. Let's take a look at Khawazu. Super hot. Look at his eyes.
Stop me. Burn to ash! There can only be one great chief.
Okay, so here is Khawazu. I actually don't know the VA. I've seen the name before though. So let's take a look here. God, he's hot. So Inferno Kawazu, 1120 attack, 6k health, 100 speed, a little slow, but it's okay. 600 defense, and then base crit and everything. His self imprint is 14% attack, and of course it's 14% attack because you can get it easily. They wouldn't make crit rate instead, which is a little unfortunate because I feel like he could use the crit rate. Yeah, those are his base stats. Let's take a look at his abilities. He's bonkers, by the way. He's really, really, really good. So malicious power is his passive, and after suffering an attack that targets all enemies, kind of like Elena does, dispels all debuffs from the caster, activates Blazing Fury, can only be activated once every 2 turns. And what Blazing Fury does is grants himself Vigor for 2 turns, recovers his HP and combat readiness by 20%. And when it's Molagored up, it will boost it by 55% healing, but not CR increased. That's right? 20%, 30, 40, yeah, 50, 55% extra healing, right? Yeah, that's right. But the CR doesn't get boosted by that, so don't worry. And amount recovered increases proportion to the caster's attack on top of that. So this is insane because, yes, he only has 100 speed, but he's going to be able to cut in pretty easily with 20% CR boost. You can have him sitting at like 230, 240 speed, maybe slower than that, probably slower than that. And after like Cerise or F10 or anybody does their thing, he's going to be able to boost up, get rid of all debuffs just for free. Like they're gone. And of course, after he has Vigor, he's going to get improved other abilities as well, like his Jealous Strike. And this attacks the enemy with flames with a 65% chance to burn for 1 turn. When he has Vigor, it increases to 100% after Molagoras and inflicts 2 burns instead of 1. So this is skill 1, which is pretty sweet. And also, we don't entirely know his burn yet. I believe they're still deciding. But in the video, they showcase the burn is an extra turn on skill 1, which will combine very, 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 very well with Flames of Destruction here. And this is a 3-turn cooldown. So this is on a 3-turn cooldown. His skill 2 is 2 turns to go, and his skill 1 allows him to get an extra turn on burn so far, but it might change. It's not set in stone apparently. So he'll be able to just cycle through his kit like no tomorrow. Like he's going to get boosted up. He's going to use his skill 3. Next turn he's going to burn it if he has it up, if he has enough souls, and then he's going to get to skill 2, skill 3 again right after. And what this does is 100% chance to inflict 2 burns for 2 turns, and then at the end of the turn detonates all the burns and ignores effect resistance when he has Vigor, and he's pretty much always going to have Vigor. So it's going to be a permanent dispel, 100% chance without being able to resist it, 75% chance or 100% chance to double burn, then detonate. Absolutely insane. I think he's got a monstrous kit, and I think he's going to be super, super, super good. So let's take a look back over here. I have the hiccups now. There's Khawazu. We already kind of talked about this. Let's skip past that. We then have Flan's drop rate up with Unseen Observer. I think she's fantastic right now. Super, super good. We then have Celine's as well, which is a good counter to Flan. We then have Coin Shop rotation, best girl, worst guy, which is kind of upsetting. Ken, by the way, worst guy. Ken's worse than Sage Balance is on. I actually want Sage Balance is on. And Sermia from the Coin Shop. And finally, we have Mort to summon for if you want. So that was a lot of stuff. That was honestly so much stuff. Specifically, the two main things that we haven't super heard about were the two new characters. I think they're both fantastic, actually. I'm really happy with both of them. Of course, no collab info. I'm expecting it on either the 30th or the week after. And the 30th is their special tournament thing, so I hope it's then. Yeah, and the other major thing that we didn't know about already was the 50% reduced cost of crafting. So anybody who's crafted recently, ouch, basically just get wrecked, you know? They're not refunding it or anything like that. Kind of unfortunate, but it is what it is. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe as always. There's also an update content post, but I'm already been talking super fast for 21 minutes and I don't want to do it anymore. If there's a ton of more, I'll do another video when I wake up. Not that I don't want to do it anymore, it's just it's too long for one video. Have a great day. Bye, everybody.